you.
Okay, hi, nice to meet you. My name is Toby Beresford. I'm the commercial director at Nudge. So I used to be a Facebook developer, and I do a little bit of Facebook developing, but now I'm doing more on the commercial side. And so I'm finding myself advising clients what to do, what not to do. I'm also starting to think more and more strongly, and you'll see this on my blog and on the Nudge blog, about users. I'm very interested in users, and I think that as Facebook developers, as agencies, we sometimes forget what users are interested in. So what I discovered yesterday was that a lot of users are interested in something called lolcats. So this presentation is peppered with lolcats. Now I know that I'm not particularly interested in lolcats. I know you probably aren't that interested in lolcats, but users are. So we've got to keep the things that users have in their minds in the front of our minds, and that starts to help us as we think about Facebook Connect as well. So what is it? Facebook Connect, first of all, is single sign-on. It's a way that you can simply log onto your site and Facebook very quickly. The second thing is that it's a social sign-on. So when you sign on to a website with Facebook Connect, you can also see your friends who are already there. Thirdly, and this is, you can see all these S's, but seamless. It's a way of taking what you do on your website and publishing it back on Facebook. So if I buy a product on Amazon, and I can then say, yeah, I'd like my friends to know that I've just bought this. And finally, it's a way of synchronizing and sorting out this issue, which is I've got friends, I've got different sets of friends in different sets of places. I just really want one set of friends, and I'll let my Facebook sort it all out. So that's what it is. Making it work. This isn't a talk about making it work. If you're having trouble making it work, then there's plenty of people to see. You can see my colleague Iskander, but there's loads of information on the Facebook Developer Wiki. If you look on that, you'll discover how to make Facebook Connect work. There's lots of plugins already. If you base your site or your clients are based on something, Joomla, a wiki, a WordPress, a vBulletin, just put in a plugin. You can see what, and it'll work pretty much out of the box. We've done that on the Nudge blog. You can see the WordPress plugin. It's all there working. Dave Morin, who did a nice video on how to set it up in 8 minutes, and you can watch that and learn from that. So this isn't a talk about that. What this is a talk about is about the 5 things. Okay, well, it's not about lolcats, but they're going to keep popping up. The first thing is it makes your site better. So the first thing you need to know about Facebook Connect is going to make your existing website better. Now, the reasons it does that are 4 kind of key value points that it's adding. First of all, it's easier registration, the obvious one, okay? Instead of me typing out my registration form, sending it to your website, sending it back, opt in, opt out, it takes instead of 5 minutes, it takes one minute just to fill out a simple Facebook form that I'm comfortable with. Second benefit, users don't forget to log in. If you've run a web application, like I've run a web application for 5 years, 90% of my users couldn't remember their passwords. It's so boring, it's so annoying. For normal users out there in the real world, in the lolcats world, they can't remember their passwords. It's a basic problem for users. This solves that problem. So it's solved. We all say, oh, there's things like key password, the password. But normal users don't use any of that. They've got the Gmail password, they've got their Facebook password. That's it. Okay. They might have an internet banking password, but that's kept on their wallet. Okay. The users. You can see a viral effect because you can share stuff from your website out on the Facebook graph. So you can take advantage of that newsfeed. 0.2% chance of anything that you publish on your newsfeed going to any of your friends. It's a small viral thing, but if it gets big and if 20 friends are doing it, 20 times 0.2 then the numbers get up. So it's all about numbers. And finally, there is a way that you can try and bring your friends back to the site as well. So you can kind of say to your friends, hey, look, I'm on this cool site, it's my Facebook Connect. But there are some bad sides, okay? The Facebook takes away your data because what's not happening, so I've not got any email capture. I don't know who my users are, I don't even know their name. So that makes communicating with my users much more difficult. Facebook users have a tendency, they want to share with their Facebook friends first. So they're coming onto your website, they log in with Facebook Connect, but actually they're just using you. They're kind of using your site, doing their stuff and pushing off back to Facebook. So from a thinking and marketing point of view, you need to think about these kind of users, think about their motivations, think about what value add you're going to give them. If you want to try and hook them into other services, you've got to think about that really clearly, give them a really good reason to give your email, because you've got to do data capture on top of, we've been doing in the websites, we've been doing some pretty lazy data capture. Log into my site and we'll get your email off you. That's a pretty bad deal. So nowadays you've got to be offering the users a better deal in order to get their email. Think before you act. So the cat is stuck in the thing. Okay, your deep. There's a deep site changes. So it's not just on the top level as well. It's not just Facebook Connect isn't just something shallow that's going to happen on your website. This is something that you're going to need to see really deep down. I'm going to want to look at a particular product and see my particular friend who's reviewed that particular product and said that what their rating is. So, you know, your whole product, if you're going to do a Facebook Connect implementation, you need to think about your whole product, your whole website, right down to this level, because actually once you start looking at web content through a friend lens, it gets a lot more difficult, it gets a lot more interesting, but it means from a technical point of view, you've just got to add this whole layer around it. Cool by association. Facebook is the number in the UK. It's the #2 website. Your web it's overtaken it's overtaken the others. If you've got Facebook on your website, a normal user will give your website credibility. Oh, Facebook. I trust Facebook. Now, what is mob notes, for example? Okay, immediately I'm sort of more relaxed because I'm using Facebook. I'm not having to give mob notes my email address. Are they going to spam me for the rest of my life? No. Mob notes, because I trust Facebook, I now start to trust mob notes a bit more. So you can take advantage of that. If you've got a nascent web service, you've got something new, you can use Facebook Connect to kind of give yourself an extra sort of kick up the credibility cycle. And fifth technique, this is the most obvious one, but copy. See what else is out there. And Mashable has got, you'll see these slides will be sent around afterwards. Mashable's got a great post called 10 Great Implementations of Facebook Connect. And you can go through, and I would recommend just going through, if you're going to do Facebook Connect, look through each one of those, see what everyone else has done, see what CNN have done with the forum, see what the Insider has done, understand how other people have used Facebook Connect, and that will give you the tools to be using Facebook Connect on your own site.